Oh, by the way, I have a Tres Leches cake here as well, so if you hear other stuff in the background, it might be my cake. Arr. Oh my gosh, this cake is amazing. Oh. Oh my gosh. Trinity, thank you so much for bringing up Animal Crossing. Yeah, it kind of did sound like a KK Slider song, and we are immediately here listening to Animal Crossing. Meow! Yeah. Yeah. Do. Well, everybody, I think we have a new resident of our town. And actually, I think it's an animal as well. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous animal. Everybody, please put your paws together for our GM today, Wolf. We only have one match tonight, and it is quite fitting that you're here. Hello, Wolf. Wolf.
Sorry, I did not hear your question initially until I heard it on stream like 3 seconds later. So if you're wondering why there was an awkward pause.
Oh, I don't really have a question for you. I just wanted to... We're listening to Animal Crossing.
Question,
you're an animal. You're the villager. Yeah.
I'm a villager?
Well, you're a new villager.
I mean, am I a nice villager? Or am I a villager that steals all of your turnips and sells them for profit?
I will kick you out of my town, Wolf.
I don't play much Animal Crossing. Is it turnips that you make money off of? I don't really know.
Yeah, the terms. Watch the terms go up.
I know that was a meme when the game came out, and I assume there was a reason for the meme.
Well, because they're the stock market, because they have stocks. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just throw my money in the stock market and forget about it for a year, and then I'll have more money somehow. I don't understand how this works, but I'm willing to accept it.
Yeah, it depends. It's been something that I've just been learning about, and it's been a lot of fun the last few months. I've really enjoyed it. With that said, you shouldn't put too much stock in what I'm saying here, and instead, let's go ahead and throw money towards the game that's coming today. What do we have, Wolf?
Well, we have a game that you should invest all of your money into right now. It's The Adventures of Captain Comic for MS-DOS.
For MS-DOS, yeah. We were talking about this a little while ago, that this game came out on DOS essentially as a freeware. It was something that... they did have a paid registered version because every game at that point had some way to register. However, that only really gave you cheat codes. So the rest of the game just came as it was made.
Yeah, and this game didn't even do the shareware 3-episode model that we saw in like every Apogee game. This game is just straight up you could just get it for free off of the BBS.
Yeah.
Which is a bulletin board service, or news groups.
Oh my gosh, I wrote a whole 20-page paper using BBT, the boards.
BBT?
The boards, whatever, I can't remember what they're called.
BBS?
BBS, those ones. Sorry, S is right before T.
That is impressive.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't really use them very much. I wound up using news groups very briefly in the early 2000s for some reason. But yeah, no. That era sort of predates me a little tiny bit. But I did play this game quite a bit growing up, and I remember liking it. And looking back, young Wolf was stupid.
Weren't we all? When we were all young Wolves. The answer is no. We weren't all... No, we were. We were all dumb. You know what? The person who's giving us audio, their stream is really buffering a lot. So
they're buffering for me too. Well, I've just refreshed it and it looks like it's fine now. Question mark? It looks fine. It's hard to tell because
nope,
it's just a single
buffering again.
Image.
That's okay. I'm just letting them know. This is why we have a little time to set up so that we can get everything set up. Yeah. By the way, everybody, this match has my sister in it. So it's going to be really exciting. Not only that, but this is a 5-point match, which means they need to come in at least second in order to move. No, third. Last place will be eliminated today. I almost lied to the viewers here. I'm sorry. I'm a big fat liar.
Yeah, sorry, just, where was that command? We're having last-second tech issues. It seems to be just a theme for me in my last couple matches.
Oh, it's fine. This happens. Whenever you have something that's not NES or DOS... Wait, this is DOS. When you're having something a little bit different, you may have some tech issues every now and then.
Yeah, someday we'll normalize. I mean, DOSBox in RetroArch is absolutely wonderful because, you know, I've tried to get my old games working on old DOSBox, and it's not fun. Like, you just there's so many things you have to manually set up, like you did back in the day on an actual DOS computer. Deep Freeze or Essentia, I guess. Yeah, now I'm responding to conversations nobody in chat can see. Mwahaha.
Mwahaha. Whoa, this music is really dramatic. What is this?
A Russian? You have a Russian? So Jeff says he has a Russian bootleg version of this, which doesn't surprise me at all because Jeff. But still,
like it doesn't, but it still does.
Yeah. So a couple people are mentioning the NES version. There's an NES version by Color Dreams.
The best
There is
company.
an ongoing debate among me and a couple other game masters about whether or which version is worse. And, you know, at the end of this match, we'll have an entire chat to maybe give their opinions.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I remember the NES version. I'm sure I've seen it.
It was a match in Kuso6rande.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure I... forgot. I forgot about that match. I put it out of my
there's been a lot of matches.
Yeah, I love that, like, sometimes people bring up a game, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure I've seen them. They're like, you literally played it. I'm like, what? What? I did?
I mean, you've played a lot of... I mean, you know, you play sub-games for an hour, and sometimes you want to just put them out of your mind.
The good news is that we may be able to do some sub-games this weekend. Power Up with Pride is happening this weekend, and I'll be watching some of that, but it will also be fun to hopefully play some games. Yeah, and then raid Power Up with Pride and be like, hey, nerds, what you doing over there?
Not much, just having a marathon. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just finished playing a sub game or two or three, something like that. Wait, Cadus, you're the one who gave it back then? Aw, that is so kind of you. Well, I think I see everybody up, just so you know. Cat Related Pun is having the stream drop every now and then, which is fully expected.
Those are two very different things.
Occasionally, internet is a butt.
Yeah, so
Deep Freeze is restarting the compy in order to try to get things working okay. Apparently, the computer has been on for a while. This is why I always restart my compy before doing any sort of stream. I don't want my compy to be done.
That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Plus, if there were going to be Windows updates, they'll get that out of the way.
Yeah. I usually restart my computer a significant amount of time. Like, not an hour before, but like half an hour before, you know.
I mean, my computer has not actually been off in months? Probably months.
Wolf, come on. Restart the compy. Restart the compy.
Oh, I was super confused because I had somebody not muted and they started talking, and I was just like, what is going on? Did somebody jump in our Discord? And no, I just hadn't muted the everyone's stream when I opened them. Okay.
This music is so good. Oh, Wolf, sorry. I love public domain music. Absolutely my favorite genre.
I mean, it is some of the greatest beats ever. Like,
that's like one.
I have heard those 8 notes 1,000 times, and I tire of them so much. I never want to hear them again.
I'm pretty sure I played that song back when I was first learning how to play the piano, you know? And it sounded about like this, except maybe slower and not as good.
I really hope your piano didn't sound like a MIDI speaker. Really hoping this.
Hey, what if I only had a Casio, huh, Wolf? What if that's all I had? What if I was sitting there and it was either that or the, like, generic organ sound?
Organs are cool. Don't knock organs.
I love organs. Like, honestly, every time I've played an organ, I've loved it. I just love them.
And it has a foot pedal. It has a foot pedal. I love it. You're just playing notes with both hands and your foot because you don't have enough fingers.
Well, you say a foot pedal, or it has a whole keyboard for your foot.
No, that's what I mean.
For your feet.
You got the keyboard for your left foot and the pedal for your right foot.
And the feet, yeah, they control. No, the keyboard like spans the entire organ.
I thought you had pedals too, like on a piano.
Well, they were like a little bit above the keys on the floor, just sort of embedded in the front of the organ.
And switch.
Yep.
I don't know.
You played some of the notes with your feet, and then adjusted volume with your feet, and then you had multiple rows of keys to push, and then you had buttons. Oh, buttons.
Yeah. I really wish most organ music that people are familiar with weren't church music, because there's so much cool things you can do with it, and most of it is very simple church music meant to be played by basically anyone. And it's like, no, give me the intense guitar solos of organs.
Oh my gosh. Like, it's true though. Like, really good organ music rocks. I played a lot of church music because guess what? That's what I did. Yeah, like give me some music. Classical organ music is some of the best ever.
Yeah. Like, nothing against church music. It's just like there is more to music than just church music. Looks okay. I think everybody is in the game successfully, and we have glorious text.
Episode 1, Planet of Death. Entering orbit around the planet Tambi, Captain Comic Galactic Hero prepares for his impossible mission to recover treasure stolen from the planet Amsock. Oh, that's Cosmo backwards.
You're really quick on the upkeep. It took Kid Wolf years to figure that out.
Okay. Armed with only his courage, he enters the teleport chamber. Okay.
That's it. That's all the story we're getting.
Look at that jump.
Yep. Deep Freeze is just doing some last second control check because had to restart their computer.
That is like absolutely allowed. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to suddenly jump in and realize nothing is bound.
Right, so everyone's readied up. Let's get this show on the road.
Everybody, I need you to spam your best comic/space emotes, maybe even death.
Also, cans. Any can of cola would be an amazing thing.
Oh my
to spam
gosh,
right now.
the Blondie. That is way too good.
Oh my.
And thank you for starting the prediction. If you would like to predict who is going to take the victory, feel free to do so with your channel points. And as soon as I see movement, I will start a timer. Oh, we have to get the reprise, you know?
Oh man, I love that opening little ditty. So, oh, my cat-related pun stream is way behind. Yeah, so all the players are going to immediately go right. First thing you need to notice is this game is running at about 13 frames per second. Everything is horribly laggy, and everything is jerk birds, and jumping is impossible. Have fun.
Cadus is pointing something out that apparently you gave them revision 1. I don't know what that means, but apparently he says this is worse than NES for sure.
Oh, I was not aware there was a revision 2. Whoops.
Or revision 0.
slash not whoops.
We could have had Captain Comic 0, but no, we've got revision 1. Or
yeah, I'm actually
something.
Not sure what the differences are between revision 1 and revision 2. I assume it can't be any worse. But yeah, so the shields is their health. And then the little meter above that is their weapon energy. But right now they can only shoot one bullet at a time. They can hold down the shoot button, but it will only shoot one bullet on screen at a time. That's what the little one above the star in their inventory means. Other than that, birds are jerks. People are already pretty low on lives. So revision 5, so they go up to revision 5 apparently, and revision 3 is when the maps were changed to be playable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only played revision 1 as a kid. This is definitely the version I remember. And I don't know why I liked it so much. Oh, yeah, it looks like a Color Dreams game with a HUD. That's very appropriate because Color Dreams made an NES version of this game. So on Deep Freeze found a door, and there's a key directly above the door. So Deep Freeze is going to go up and get that key and go in the door. Cat-related pun has actually already gotten the key and gone in the door. This is a horrible mistake. That is an exit door. You don't want to go in there. There is nothing you can do in there right now.
Well,
besides lose 100 lives, and I hope they don't.
Except what?
Except lose all of your lives. I'm not sure if Deep Freeze forgot the controls. But it is Alt to enter doors, and they're probably trying to press up. And so that's probably not going well for them.
Yeah.
There's this other door that they can also enter. That's where you're actually supposed to go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay. PC speaker is totally my jam. I love this.
Yeah, so all these diagonal moving enemies are just not remotely hittable with your weapons provided. Essential 4 just jump to her death trying to get across that gap that, again, you cannot get across. There is nothing she can do in here. But she's going right back in and giving it another try.
Oh, nope, going right. Well, sort of. Hit the ceiling. Apparently, if you hit the ceiling, you lose a little bit of your horizontal movement.
Yeah, so Deep Freeze has figured out that there are other buttons they need to press, or he needs to press.
Yep. The biggest thing, we do pin the important messages, and controls were pinned. Making sure you know what the controls are helps. But, I understand he was having some tech issues earlier, and honestly...
it is understandable.
Especially if you're, under pressure for anything, you could easily miss something, so... Yeah,
so...
I would probably go and ask if I'm like,
Yeah, our other 3 competitors have made it on to stage 2, which is a wonderful stage where you get the options of going left and right. And it looks like Derby Ghost and Cat-related Pun have both gone left, which is an excellent choice because that is the correct direction.
Well, how are you supposed to know? Okay, Essentia goes into a door. What's in here?
In here is a place where you're supposed to go significantly later in the game when you have other power-ups. She's just going to die. Very quickly.
Yeah, I think that...
Yeah, she cannot cross that gap right now. And also, you're supposed to have a better weapon by this point. You're supposed to have a lot of things by this point.
Well, I mean, it wasn't obvious that you were supposed to go left that jump. Oh, no. Oh.
Honestly, game overing there, not the worst choice. She spent a lot of lives going the wrong direction, and getting a full slate of lives is gonna probably help her a lot.
Honestly, the first little bit of the match is figuring out the various levels of crap that you're going to stumble across. And simply put, this game has a lot of levels of crap. I don't know, having the split direction for casual play is, I suppose, completely fair, especially if it's exploration based, what you're giving them. But in the case of a race, it's luck, 50-50 shot, unless you can start telling patterns for what these developers do.
Yeah, if you see those blocks and you go, I can't clear this gap, this must be the wrong way, and you turn around, you can figure that out pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if you go the right way, you can't make too much progress going the wrong way. You'll just probably lose lives. Meanwhile, Cat Related Pun has found the rocket ship to the moon. Physics weren't hard enough already, so now we're in space and we have more higher jumps.
Well, I like space. Look, there's a cabbage in space.
I think that's a cactus.
I'm saying cabbage. I want to go to Cabbage Planet. Come on, we can eat all the cabbage you want. Come on, they got boiled cabbage. They've got chilled cabbage soup. They've got cabbage crisps. You know, that's like chips
by the look of it too.
Oh, and then there's Blueberry Planet. Looks like blueberry. They've got blueberry jam, and they got blueberry soup and blueberry crisps. Very much like Cabbage
made it to
Planet.
the pixel perfect jump.
Oh no.
And did not quite make it across.
Yeah.
So the frustration was a trial and error thingy. I mean, there's trial and error for there's mazes. There is jumping is awful. The frame rate is awful. Hitting enemies that are moving diagonally with your slow moving bullets is awful. Also, if you try to change direction in midair, you won't actually change direction until the second frame after you start pushing the other direction.
So it's like that one game, the 3 FPS game, the platformer.
I mean, are you talking about Virtual Highlight? Because I don't think that's a platformer.
No. The like, it's not Line of Spacehead. It's the Lost in Plantinus. That one. Yeah.
Don't remember that match.
Oh my gosh, you need to play Lost in Plantinus. Okay, everybody.
Do I?
Yes, we're gonna make Doe Wolf play Lost in Plantinus. Okay, let's cancel the match. We're gonna have you play that now.
I have. Oh my goodness! If I magically find time somewhere between derusting Yggdra Union and doing more Snulf runs.
Oh yeah, Snulf.
I'll probably remember it the second I see it in video, but
I do not
remember the name.
Yeah.
Well, no, Essentia is going back to the room. She's still trying to make that jump. She needs to just try heading the other direction soon.
Yeah. By the way, I did find the bootleg version of this.
The NES version?
No, the DOS bootleg that was made.
The one that Jeff found?
Apparently, it was made in Ukraine. Yeah. Prigody Pionerki Ksenia. The Adventures of Ksenia, the Young Pioneer. Which, interesting. Apparently all the levels had been replaced with images familiar to the Soviet people in the author's own words. Yeah, and as a young pioneer girl, you travel through the various locations of the planet Pioneria and overcome obstacles in order to find Captain Komnik.
Wait, back up.
Yeah.
Is the moon an unfamiliar place to Russians? Are castles just not a thing that Russians think of?
Well, they put, like, what is this? The Spasskaya Tower of the Moscow Kremlin in there. See, that is
sounds like
building.
Words.
It's a building. Oh my gosh, Doe Wolf. I already had somebody yell at me for saying, yeah, that sounds like words. a little while
I'm
ago.
sorry, I don't speak Russian. It just sounds like words to me.
Do you know Moscow?
I am familiar with the place.
Okay, they have buildings from Moscow in the game. How about that?
The extent of my knowledge of Russian history is that Tetris song about the Russian history. You know the one.
Oh, yeah. They also have open manholes in the game, so that's realistic. Okay.
Is there any other kind of manhole?
Oh my gosh, they have propaganda. I have to. Okay, I need to send this to you. This one's good.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, I'm sending it to chat. There's one of the screenshots from the game.
I wish I had known about this version, or I might have given it to them.
Nah, it's fine. Captain Comics gonna be more interesting. People are asking who made this game. It was actually made by a single person named Michael Denio.
His name is in the lower right corner.
Yeah. It's copyrighted by him.
If you're wondering how to spell it. I have no idea what they've gotten up to since.
Not video games, really. Like, okay, he made this, he made Captain Comic 2, and that's about it.
Yeah, Captain Comic 2 wasn't freeware, so as far as I know, literally no one has played it.
Yeah,
which is possibly unfortunate because it's probably better than this.
You can swim in it. Otherwise it looks very similar to this game.
I mean, I assume it's at a much higher frame rate. But looks like Cat-Rated Pun is getting the next power-up, which is the screw. Now their attacks go up and down, so they can hit things on the ground.
Fester's Quest attacks.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Fester's Quest. That's what his gun is. It's the Fester's Quest gun now. Because it wiggles up and down. It wiggles up and down. That's what I was saying. Fester's Quest, the gun goes up and down.
Okay. It's fine. I believe you. I trust you that the Fester's Quest gun goes up and down.
Yeah.
Just like Cat-Rated Pun goes down into that hole for a game
over. Well, that's okay. We are still early on in this match. Just to make sure, we do not have... Like, this game doesn't have continues or passwords, does it?
Nope, but it's not very long, especially once you know where you're going. So they should be able to make up for lost progress pretty quickly.
Is Cat-Related Pun in first, then?
Yes, Cat-Related Pun is definitely in first because they got the screw attack, or the screw weapon thing.
Gotcha.
Which is pretty big progress. I don't think Kid Me ever got that far. Game is hard and jerkbirds are mean. But I think the furthest I ever got was to the moon. And I don't know if I ever beat the moon.
To the moon, gotta go to the moon.
Yeah, meanwhile, Deep Freeze is exploring let's call it the lying room of death that you're not supposed to go into.
Oh, so cool story. Yes, Color Dreams did go and make the NES port for this game, but they actually had the creator of the DOS version play test it, and he said that he had a lot of fun with it. Essentially, it was more like playing than working, and I think that would be a lot of fun to see. You know, what did you do to my game? I mean, not in an accusatory manner, but just matter of fact. What did you do to my game? Yeah, very nice. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
I mean, there's a lot going for the NES version versus the PC version. You can shoot more than one bullet on screen at a time. Corndan sent me a gift. I will have to explore that later. Thank you. But Deep Freeze is still trying to explore this area. Again, nothing in here. Essentia 4 has found the correct path. You can just jump up to that second level immediately, which is what you want to do.
Yeah.
I believe you can actually just run across that little gap. You don't have to jump. You have to jump across the big gap, but this time.
Yeah, this platforming is a little bit of a pain.
It's a lot of bit of a pain.
Yeah, the controls seem a little questionable.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I did ask someone to test this game for me, and they said that it didn't seem too bad and seemed like a fine like round one game.
Yeah.
I am starting to doubt that person's. I think I may have accidentally nuked people again. Oh well.
I don't think so. Like, I like this. This is my aesthetic. This is something I would have played as a kid.
Yeah, no, I mean it's got a lot going for it. Like it's got that Metroidvania feel.
Yeah.
In 1988, which is, I mean, it's after the original Metroid, but not by much. And it's definitely the first PC game I know of that does anything like
is on the moon. Very nice. I know that we've seen one other person pass the moon and make it to the next stage.
The
so
cat-related pun is in first. Derby Ghost also made it to like that spaceship area or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Not really sure what that's going to be.
Didn't get the screw attack though.
Derby Ghost went the wrong way. Derby Ghost went to the right. In this game is actually pretty consistent. Don't go to the right. Go to the left, given the option.
If it lets you go left, go left. Okay.
Yeah. Is that? I think that's actually true everywhere. You always go left if you can go left. Like sometimes you can only go right, and then you should go right. But other than that, go left. Go west, young pioneer, or whatever it was. That jump's not going to make it from Essentia, and she is into the pit. Yeah, you have to jump on basically the last pixel of that moon rock.
So interesting. Michael Denio, in an interview, actually states that he was working on another NES game, but that it got scrapped, and now I'm wondering what game that was. Because Color Dreams did have a scrap game, Escape from Atlantis, and that could have been the one that Michael Denio was working on. If so, oh my gosh, I love you.
We need to track down and see if Michael Denio has a Twitter. And that's the only choice here.
Yeah, I'm working on finding as much about this guy as I can. Okay.
Essentia is so close to making it to the next area. And then, I mean, she won't last long there because on her last life, but...
Yeah, still, like, this is a pretty good push. Honestly, if you can make a little bit more progress every time you play, then that is a good sign. Or learn something new every time you play.
Yep. Yeah, and like you could probably make it back to this point once you know what you're doing in 5 minutes at most, not even.
I do love some of the blind jumps in this because they're evil.
Tiny screen and enemies just spawning as you're moving and then move towards you. It's pretty nice, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, so much cabbage in the sky. Boiled cabbage in the sky.
Why do you see cabbage everywhere you look? I see spinach.
You see, spinach doesn't grow in balls.
It also doesn't grow in space.
Well, that's your problem, Dowolf. You're unrealistic expectations about what you should find in space.
Look, all I know is, like, the first thing to assume in physics is that everything is a sphere and that there's no friction. So basically, that's just what we see here, is everything became a sphere in this frictionless environment known as space.
Oh no, why is Sonic in the space base?
These are excellent questions. Another excellent question is, why can you go right? Because going right continues to be a trap.
Yeah.
Essentia, I think, has gone right at every opportunity, and it has yet to be the correct direction. Please go left.
There have been like two opportunities, Dowolf. This is the second opportunity.
I mean, there was also the two doors, and she went through the left door.
But she didn't know about the right door. That's the thing. If you can't see more than a single door, how are you supposed to know there's a second door?
I mean, okay, that's a fair point. No, I concede. She was defenseless on that one. But yeah, the game is trying to hint to you that you shouldn't go this way by putting enemies on the ground that you can't deal with.
That's
there's just no way to deal with the enemy.
Sort of works as a hint. Okay.
Sort of, but unfortunately, you probably just assume at this point that the game is complete butts and that you have the damage boost through it. But I mean, once she gets the screw attack, or excuse me, the Fester's Quest weapon, I'm sure she will have a very sad Eureka moment.
Eureka!
Eureka should never be sad. She'll have a happy Eureka moment, and then feel sad after. Oh, that does put her in second place, though, because Derby Ghost did not go left when they made it to the ship, if memory serves.
So there is a possibility. I'm looking up information about Michael Daniel, and there is one who works for Texas Instruments and has since July of 1986. That very well could be this guy who just decided to play around with some games for a little while.
That does sound like the kind of people who made Shareware games back in 1988.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cat-Related Pun made it back to the ship with 3 lives, which that is really strong. Yeah, it's figuring out that it wants to be on top, where it's safe. Balls can just fall under, and then you don't worry about them. And he knows, or they know about the screw attack.
Now, Essentia is back to the beginning of the game. Gonna have to get through these intro areas. The biggest thing that you want to do is minimize the amount of damage and the number of lives that you take/lose.
Yeah, she's actually found something out, which is if you pick up a shield with full health, you will just get an extra life. So she's at 5 lives, and that's really big if she can keep going and not lives up.
I sort of like that. If you die and then manage to find a shield without taking any damage, bam, you're back better than you were before because you're fully healed and you've got another life.
I think you can get an extra life for having enough points too, but I don't remember how many points that is.
Yeah, it's probably a little difficult to know.
Yeah, okay, so Cat-Related Pun has made it back to the Fester's Quest weapon. So now they need to go back and then go down and to the left, I believe. Might be down and to the right, but I think it's down and to the left. It's probably down and to the left because, again, yeah, that door right there is what they're trying to get to. The door that they just walked over. And that will take them to a new and magical place that we will hopefully get to see, or perhaps we won't. But yeah, cats also figure out, you go slow, you hit everything, you take your time.
Yeah, honestly, there's no timer, so there's no reason to rush.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that punishes you for trying to go fast, with enemies off screen and everything. But yeah, Sandra's figuring it out too, and she's making pretty good progress without losing a single life. Looks like Derby Ghost is going the correct direction now. Good to see.
By the way, thank you, Boogaloo and It's Cheekable, for those subs. One thing that I found out, by the way, is that in this game, your weapon that you're using is actually Blastola Cola, a can of drink that allows you to shoot fireballs.
It's actually that in canon? I mean, I just assumed that the sprite looked like a can. I didn't think it was actually a can of soda.
It actually is. It's Blastola Cola. Yeah.
I should have known that. Because there is you can bring up a list of all the items in the game. And they're named on it. So in hindsight, this seems really, really clear. Derby Ghost went away for a second, but they seem to be fine.
Doodaloo-doo. Yeah, Essentia already back to the moon with 5 lives. She's going to die here in just a little bit. The shield is basically run out.
Well, there is a shield not too far into this level, if memory serves. So if she can get to that and heal up to full, that would be mammoth.
Yeah, let's see if she can get the perfect jump, and she did.
Very nice.
Yeah, it looks like everybody is starting to learn how to deal with these really annoying jumps in the game.
Yeah. Thankfully, slow FPS means that it's not too hard to get the timing down.
Oh, that's okay. Ooh. Death happens.
You hit a checkpoint when they enter the new screen, though, so won't have to go back all the way to the beginning of the moon.
Yeah. I like the moon because it is good for us, but not as good as a spoon. What?
I feel like the moon is better for. I feel like tides are more important than spoons. Oh no,
I
they
don't know.
almost have full HP.
I've
not
never
quite.
used a tide in my entire life, but I've used spoons.
I mean, I guess like one does not usually use the tide.
Come on, do you have like a tidal electric generator at your house, Wolf? Probably not.
Use the tidal force, Brosensha.
I mean, I would love to, but one, I don't live near the ocean. I live in a landlocked state. And two,
Lakes can have tides.
we don't believe in the tides here.
Utah is a scary place sometimes. Let me tell you. So when the moon and the Earth love each other very, very much, the moon wants the Earth to be closer to it, but it can't get the entire Earth closer to it because the Earth is huge. So it just takes the water. That's how tides work. Anyways, cat-related pun is made it to the next zone, which is the caves, and they're dead.
Water-stealing Gorb, you. That's what the moon is.
Yeah, so those gems are one of the 3 treasures that you're supposed to get. So when Essentia picked it up, she went back to 5 lives. Now she has 4, but she knows which way to go. And hopefully she just continues down this path the entire way and doesn't like give up and try to go back the other way. This is correct.
Wait, Derby Ghost is commenting that apparently this and the very last game that they got, that he got, happened to be his least favorite types of platformers. Let me go see. Because
what game did we give him?
Jim Power.
June Power?
Not June, Jim.
Oh, Jim Power.
June Power.
Fine.
Hey, my name's June Power. Welcome to my psychedelic planet.
You're welcome. I don't know. Like, wait, that's the one with the bad scrolling that goes the wrong way, right? Or am I thinking of a different game?
The Super Nintendo version, yes, but Jim, the one that we had there was TurboGrafx, and it's a little bit different in some regards.
Strange. I always thought that was like the worst thing about that game was just the fact that the graphics make your eyes bleed.
I mean, that's part of it. But it's overly brutal, and then when you get to the second area, it makes you vomit. Yeah, the first stage is kind of like, I feel a little motion sick, and then the second stage is like, I don't know how you managed to make it worse, but you did, and that is the experience on the Super Nintendo, hence the reason I bought a cart. Sometimes you just need to vomit, because, you, ate something that was way too old, and you don't want to just suffer until you naturally vomit, so you play Jim Power. June Tails Power? Oh my gosh. No. You are a nerd in chat, Belloween, okay? You are a nerd trying to think that Jim is Tails' brother.
Yeah, so essentially she's picked up the screw attack and does not have any idea what she's supposed to do now. All this unlocks is the ability to hit enemies on the ground. But it seems she is trying to go back to where she picked it up. Which is not what she wants to do. She wants to go back around and now go into the lower areas.
I mean, I might consider doing that as well. Just if you're like, maybe there's a switch or something. Yeah,
she saw the door. She's going back. That's really good to see.
Good.
Yeah, and then Deep Freeze got the screw as well. It's close between them for who is gonna get more progress this attempt.
My gosh, the music. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I mean, it is the best 5 notes that they could afford. Music's expensive.
It's
Why
actually
for just classical rips.
It's actually 4 notes. Excuse me. Just rearranged so that they are played a total of 7 times.
No, that's 5 notes.
That's only 3 notes played a total of 5 times.
No, it's 5. I reject your logic. It's 5 notes.
Fine, whatever.
Like if I'm writing out the MIDI music, I'm writing 5 letters, right? So it's 5 notes.
Okay, well the one that I thought you were talking about was the da 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 da, which is very okay. This sounds like crappy sitcom discussion. Okay, let's go ahead and stop talking about this. Okay, like boring sitcom. I don't mean like Seinfeld.
She's learned her lesson. She's going left. This is the one time in the game you're supposed to go right.
No!
Oh, no.
Wolf, you lied! You lied to us!
But she's been here before, and she knows she's been here before, and she immediately turned around. Thank goodness. Just got the full health. I don't know if you can get up there. She might have to go all the way back. This room is butts. Who designed this room? Michael Daniel. Why did you design the room like this?
Well, I don't know. He didn't make any more video games, though. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with them.
Yeah, I think... I don't know what she's going to try to do now. I am not sure. Looks like Deep Freeze, though, did go in the correct direction, so I believe that puts them solidly in the second. And so so this power-up here, missed it when Cat Really Pun picked it up, but that is the high jump boots, which do exactly what you'd expect.
Make you jump high. Yeah, I think everybody's gotten those, but they only do anything when you are outside, right?
They'll do stuff everywhere. Second.
Wait, even if you go inside?
They're in second.
Even if you go inside a building, do you keep high jumping?
Yeah, so if you like fail that little fall to the door that takes you back to Earth, you don't like have to be sad. You can just jump back up.
Oh,
it's very nice. Very nice design right there.
Okay. Like, honestly, I would say that this game, for me, this would be an enjoyable game to play through. I can definitely see its flaws, but it's more that it's flawed because of how old it is. I mean, look, this is 1988, made by a single person, okay?
Yeah, this game has not aged well, but, like, it was a very big, well-known game. Well, one of the most, probably the most well-known shareware games, even.
Yeah, I would say that out of everything that came out in... I don't know what I was going to say. Like,
me neither.
Because shareware got spread everywhere, okay? People wanted games, but they also didn't want to pay $60 to $70 for a game.
So that weird background that we just saw Deep Freeze walk past twice, that was a door. I wonder if they'll figure that out. Yeah, so Derby is commenting that her hands are starting to hurt. So I think this is an excellent time to transition into talking about controls for this game. This is an early DOS game, which means people hadn't figured out what a good control scheme was yet. So we use the arrow keys for left and right. We use num0 for shoot. We use space for jump. We use alt for opening doors. Control, I am blanking on what control does. Control does nothing. That's why I'm blanking on it. And caps lock will use a special ability that nobody's unlocked yet.
Well, that's a joy.
Derby is in fourth, yeah.
Yeah, how could you have insert as shoot? That's so dumb. Or numpad 0. Actually, numpad 0 could kind of work for me.
Yeah, it kind of works. Like it's similar actually to like when I'm playing on an emulator on a keyboard, which is what I do a lot of the time. I think it's similar to what I do. I just use like numpad instead of arrow keys, and then just use like numpad 0 and numpad enter as my L and R buttons, or my R1 and R2 buttons rather, and it works pretty well. Like, it's weird. Not going to say it's not weird, but probably the worst thing though is if you're used to playing on a controller, you're used to having your left hand do the D-pad and your right hand do face buttons, and on any DOS game, it's going to be the other way around. So if you've just not played DOS games a lot, that's probably going to be really weird to get used to.
Yeah. By the way, I'm looking through various DOS games that came out in 1988, and honestly, there are very few that haven't essentially disappeared from the public eye. You know, I do see that King's Quest IV came out that year, Impossible Mission 2, there was Savage, apparently that got a port. Where in Europe is Carmen Sandiego? But so many of these I just have never heard of, like The Colony? What colony? How about Life and Death? Yeah, that sounds like a blast.
Oh,
Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, keyboard.
Oh, how about Das Tubin? That came out in 1988.
Yeah, so that's part of their problem. Her zero key is like right up against her arrow key, so it's very not great. Instead of having a little gap like you have on like a full-sized keyboard.
Yeah, I don't. Well, then again, yeah, it looks like Deep Freeze is using his pinky to fire, and I'm not too surprised about that. Like, what I might consider is doing a hand over hand style, if possible.
I mean, you need to use the left side of your keyboard too.
You know,
like using the pinky to fire is 100% the intended method. That's how I play it.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't like it.
I mean, what you should do is you should like use some rebinding tool to rebind your keys, but that seems like cheating to me, so I didn't let that.
Oh no, cat related button right through the floor. Not
so it
where
goes.
You want to go. Yeah.
But yeah, they got a lot of lives left. 2 lives plus their current one at full health. They'll probably beat their previous best on this attempt, because they're not too far away from getting back into the cave. And Deep Freeze didn't get too far into the cave past them, but they are. Deep Freeze is in first right now.
Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, there was also a game. Yeah, I see Captain Comic is actually in a higher spot for DOS games that came out in 1988, which isn't too surprising. Like, this is pretty high quality for the time.
Yeah, nobody really knew how to do scrolling on DOS for a long time, because the DOS is not designed to scroll things side to side. It's designed to be used with word processors.
Yeah.
So like it really wasn't like Commander Keen is the first game that really did it well, and I think that came out in 1990. If memory serves. Let me check. Keen release date. Why are you telling me it came out in 2001? That is not accurate. Yeah, so the first game came out in very end of 1990, December 1990.
Yeah, Duke Nukem came out in 91, and it still was a little bit of a jerky platformer, but those two, yeah, I think we're really starting to get it right.
Commander Keen might be one of my favorite, legitimately favorite side-scrolling platformers, because
I have the collection, but I've never actually played. I've never beaten Commander Keen.
You have any of them. Stick. What more do you want?
So does Scrooge, and that scrolls better than Commander Keen.
I mean, DuckTales is also a really good game. They can both be good games. They don't have to compete.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, God, I played so much Commander Keen as a kid. That was...
I played whenever I visited one of my friends, and I specifically remember that they had... I think it was a Mac. I played Commander Keen on Mac.
I was not aware there was a Mac version, but it doesn't surprise me that much, but I just wasn't aware.
Let me make sure I'm not delusional. Yeah. There was Commander Keen on Mac. Okay.
I knew there was a Game Boy Color, I think, one. It might have been Advanced, but I think it was Color. I did not know there was a DS one. Like, I assume it's just a port of one of the games. Probably like 4.
Like...
But
I feel bad, but like Commander Keen really, okay, it was super cool for its time because it was one of the first DOS side-scrolling platformers that was actually acceptable. However, now that, you know, if you're porting it to Nintendos and such, they already have side-scrolling platformers. What new stuff are you adding? The answer is nothing. So how do you make a new Commander Keen that is actually not just a generic game?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. Like, you have a pogo stick. I personally would just go ham with the pogo stick.
Yeah, I think that you could. I think that you could. It would take some work.
So Cat-Related Pun wants a position check. I'm not sure which of them in Deep Freeze made it slightly further into the cave. Should I just say? I guess we just say tied for first.
I'm just saying either first or second.
Yeah, it's very close. Which of them got further into that cave?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I remember reading in a interview once that like the Commander Keen devs had this really grand idea for making a 3D game, and just like using the pogo stick to do like triple hops everywhere, and then just like on the third hop you get to go super high and stuff like that. And then they saw Super Mario 64 and they're like, well, I guess we got beat to market, and just never made the game, which is kind of sad. I would have liked to have like Commander Keen style Mario 64 game.
Okay, yeah, Commander Keen, here's the deal. You could have been the first one on PC, because guess what? That's pretty much all you did. Like, sure, Tomb Raider eventually came out, but like, she doesn't bounce around.
Yeah, no,
she very much flops and like dies in place.
Yeah, you really didn't get that style of platformer outside of the. I am going to mute my mic because I assume you can hear that.
Yep. Everybody, this is Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament. Wolf, just like Jeff, has a fire in his house, so hopefully they're able to sort that out in just a little bit.
Okay, it's gone. Yeah, so basically we have a hypersensitive smoke detector in the hallway that's between me and the kitchen. And there is a door between the kitchen and that smoke detector. And if you don't close it while you're cooking, that smoke detector is going to detect that smoke from your cooking. Which I guess is good to know your smoke detector works.
Oh,
so
yeah, for sure.
Upside, but
I like that it takes a lot of smoke to set our detector off.
If you are boiling water, that will set ours off. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how, because that's not smoke, but it will set it off.
When I lived on campus as a freshman or sophomore, yeah, I lived in a place where they were hypersensitive, and essentially, if you were doing anything in the kitchen, you close the kitchen door.
I mean, I lived in a dorm. People just set off the fire alarms in my dorms. Maybe things were better where you went, but they just set off those fire alarms like they were going out of style. I
mean, people definitely didn't set them off on purpose where I lived because of how, because they usually went off like once a week anyway. And when it's already that frequent, there's no need to set it off for fun. It's not fun anymore.
Oh, no one was setting off for fun at my. Oh, I hope nobody was setting off for fun at my dorm. But like,
then why were they doing it for science?
Kids don't like. I'm sorry. Kids just going off to college don't know how to cook.
That's not on purpose. Just because you don't know how to cook doesn't mean that you burn it on purpose. You're just trying. You're trying your best. You're there. You're like, I've got an egg and I've got mac and cheese. We're gonna make something with this. Something new.
I'm not saying that it's some sort of horrible crime. I'm just saying they interrupted so many games and made me have to forfeit so many games. I'm never going to forgive them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably League's fault. I probably should have just never played League, but
oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Like, at first I thought you were just being rude to college students, but now you are a League player?
I was a League player. I am reformed. I haven't touched League in like, I don't know, 5 years at this point. Yeah, no, welcome to League Players Anonymous.
Not so anonymous now, are you, Wolf?
Hey, I haven't said my real name on stream in like 15 minutes, okay?
And I don't remember it.
There's no possible way that someone would look up that VOD and or just figure out any of the other dozen ways to figure out my real name on the internet.
Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna Google who is a giant nerd.
I mean, I am a giant nerd. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Apparently, there is my giant nerd boyfriend. Huh. It's a webtoon.
What did you stumble on, Brosentia?
I'm not going to click on that right now because that actually looks really scary. Episode 1 is Doggo Boyfriend. Yeah, I think we're going to pass on that for now.
Isn't 18 plus? This is just something Kuso or a TV
No. This is... What are you talking about?
That sounded pretty...
I'm not clicking on it. I'm not going to find out. Okay, no, Wolf, I've got...
But now I'm curious. Now I am going to have to find out.
Yeah, I bet Xandra would like it. That's my guess. Because it looks like your boyfriend turns into a dog, and that's the story.
I mean, I'd be okay with this.
I mean, yeah, that's not exactly the worst thing. Yeah, Xandra. There we go. That's the type of reaction I wanted to see from you. Yeah, no, this stream is mostly PG-13. And by mostly PG-13, I mean mostly PG with a few PG-13 elements, and occasionally somebody says a bad swear. Yeah, that's my stream, so I'm not going to click on that. What if I get a computer virus live during stream, and then suddenly all of the streams start getting, like, pop-up ads?
As long as you don't get ransomware, it's fine. Please back up your computer.
No, because you never know if the pop-ups are going to be breaking terms of service or something.
No, don't click on the pop-ups. Every pop-up is bad. All of them.
Do you know how many times I had to go and, like, figure out how to manually delete viruses in my life? Because I didn't have an antivirus. It's
install an antivirus.
What's that?
Please install antivirus.
No, because most of them were scams.
Some of them aren't. Just get one of the ones that aren't.
Well, I did. It was McAfee, and it doesn't catch anything.
Yeah, that's a scam.
They don't make you pay money.
I don't know. I use Avast, but there's. I mean, I'm sure other ones are fine. Just McAfee is not one of them.
Actually, I use Windows Defender now because
Windows Defender is fine.
Windows actually has a decent antivirus built into it. Oh my gosh! Back in the day when you had to have a subscription service to keep your computer from dying, it's like even lamer insurance.
I mean, Malwarebytes is good, but Malwarebytes is more when you have a virus, right? It's not an active or a passive antivirus that you're just running in the background.
I'm pretty sure I got to use that quite a bit, but you know, there were times that I had to like run 3 different programs and then go into the registry and delete blank value and blank value and blank value, and luckily I never killed my computer.
Okay, playing around with your registry is basically 18 plus material. I'm sorry, it's not appropriate for this stream.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pretend that didn't happen.
You're supposed to cover that section of your computer with clothes. Put clothes on your computer and cover up the registry.
They didn't talk about that in the 5th grade. What are you?
V-Freeze 2K has found the second treasure.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they then reached a pit where the way to escape from that pit is to go through the door in the background. Hopefully they figure out that that's a door. But that is very nice to see, somebody getting that second treasure.
By the way, Derby Ghost is making up a lot of progress as well.
The Derby Ghost is not far behind. Probably, think there's in 3rd. I think Can't Really Pun got farther than them, but like a screen farther.
I believe so. Yeah, Essentia's currently in 4th, and come on, Essentia, you're my sister. I gotta cheer for you. Because the person who comes in last gets eliminated. And I don't know, like, I could blame you for her being eliminated, the wolf. I wouldn't have to face guilt.
You could, but Essentia's got 5 lives and a ton of health. She is positioned to make a very strong last push. Probably is her last push. She probably will not be able to make another one after this. And because she has full life, I believe picking up the gems up here will restore her to full health. Not sure though. We'll find out.
Yep.
Or she'll just die and then
indeed full health.
Nice.
Yeah, so she is like all that matters is that you make one good push. You know, the first part of the match, figuring out how you can make progress, and then your final push, if you can make that the one where you make the most progress, you'll probably make, well, duh, of course you'll make any or more progress than any of the other attempts, but because that means that you made the most progress that attempt. Yeah, just gotta push.
It looks like Derby Ghost is just not sure what to do. They might be trying to grind enemies to gain a life. That's actually not a bad idea, if that's what she's doing.
If you can get extra lives from killing enemies, you do not have a timer here. Yeah.
Yeah, like at this point, she could probably make it back, but it'd be tight.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately the downside of a game with no continues. And I think this game would be too easy if I gave them infinite lives, unfortunately.
I think you're probably right. No, it's a fine balancing act that you have to play. By the way, Peachy-chan, thank you so much for that sub. This is the only match for tonight. I don't plan on streaming after this. We do have 2 matches tomorrow, and this weekend I should be doing some sub-choice games.
Yeah, it looks like Derby Ghost is not going to try to make another attempt to get back here. Which is understandable. So she is I believe in 3rd right now.
I think she's going to go ahead and try one more time. It's always worth one more attempt. And yeah, she is in 3rd from what I saw. Cat-related pun is passing where Derby Ghost made it to right at this moment. Yeah,
Deep Freeze is back by the door and is just not clicking with him. That's the door. Wait. Oh no! I thought he was suspicious for a moment there, but did not press.
Oh, that sort of is like a cave door, huh?
Yeah, you just gotta press Alt right between those 2 torches.
Can you do it, Derby? Go or Deep Freeze? Can you do it? Deep Freeze, you're in the lead. You're fighting bugs and frogs and bug frogs.
Yeah, if he asked if he's soft locked in the race chat, I will answer no, but I don't think I should provide that information unasked.
Yeah, I would agree. Do not give it unasked. If asked, I will, that is a fine question for players to ask, but we'll just assume that Deep Freeze is grinding for extra lives.
And that's also a respectable decision. I think they need to get like 20,000 more points. Might take a while, but it's doable. Meanwhile, Sencha is just roaring through this attempt. 4 lives left. Not far from making it out of the station.
It's not bad at all, yeah. Okay, she's taking the stairs. Those stairs are scary.
Those stairs are terrifying.
I don't like them.
My goodness. Nobody does.
Can you easily fall through?
Yeah. Yes, I'm pretty sure one of our players did earlier on. Come on, you just gotta press Alt, because Alt is the button to go through doors. Because of course it is.
But the thing, like, cat-related pun is almost caught up at this point.
Yeah, cat-related pun has also gotten the 2nd treasure.
Yeah, or is cat-related pun in the lead? I'm not completely sure.
No, Deep Freeze is in the lead because you gotta go through that door.
Oh, Essentia dying from Sonic.
Ooh, that is an unfortunate place to take a death because you gotta...
And another death.
Oh no, not like this.
That's okay, she learned the pain of those stairs.
Yeah, it is... Essentially can more than catch up, just she has to land these jumps.
There's enough time, but yeah, getting a full game over would be bad at this point.
Yeah, meanwhile,
no!
Deep Freeze has gamed over. That is probably it for him. He is in 1st.
Yes.
By the hair of his chinny chin chin.
Not the hairiest chin.
I don't know how hairy his chin is.
Just like 2 hairs.
I don't know. I don't know if I've met Deep Freeze in person. Like,
I mean, I'm just imagining
like he might have a foot-long beard for all I know.
Oh yeah, beards exist. Yeah.
Have you not been growing a pandemic beard?
I do have a beard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cat-related pun went through the door.
That means that cat-related pun is officially in first. Deep Freeze in second.
Okay, so...
Oh no, Essentia, no! You can't get
so cat-related pun,
you can't get greedy.
Oh, she fell again.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, so cat-related pun figured out that you have to go outside of the cave at this point. And you now have to go all the way back to the right. You remember, when they entered this level that cat-related pun is in right now, there was a choice of which direction they could go. They could go left or right. They now have the power to go right.
Oh,
so that is where they are headed.
Essentia on her last life here. Unfortunately, the platforming has been the death of her in multiple ways.
Yeah, that is just going to be everything right now. Can she make it up? Because this is the last position change. Derby Ghost.
Can she clutch this out? Yeah,
but it's going to be very hard. Cat-related pun has first pretty much on lock, and Deep Freeze 2K I expect to get second unless Derby Ghost overtakes him. But yeah, it's all down to if Essentia can make this jump.
Okay, she got that jump.
Okay, she's got a full health bar. She's still in this. Yeah, she's got the super boots.
Now it's time to go to Earth.
Yeah, she has only 1 life, but
do you go left?
You go left. You always go left. Going right will take you back.
I mean, it's hard to know. It's hard to know, Dolph. Essentia could pass Derby Ghost right here.
Yeah, she's made it to the cave.
Oh my gosh.
There's a full health refill right above her. Just got to make it past these enemies, get the health, then just make it through a couple jumps.
Yeah, it's okay if you run into one enemy there.
Tank that, she's just going to get the full health in literally 1 second. Very nice.
Just take it slow. Don't fall. Okay.
Okay.
And this hallway is where Derby Ghost was stuck.
Yeah, no. Excuse me. There is one item. There need to pick up the teleport rod first, which is the super secret button that works with the caps lock key. Which is what you get by going through that other door that essentially just walked under. That nobody has realized was a door. I'm pretty sure that's where that is.
I believe that is a place change for Essentia, moving up from 4th to 3rd. That's going to save her life in this tournament.
I believe you're right.
And an extra life right there, 200,000 points.
That's huge. And she's got 2.5 minutes. If she gets the treasure, she will be cleanly in 3rd. I'm not sure exactly what screen Derby Ghost died on.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then if she makes it through the door, out of that area, she'll be cleanly in 2nd. And then if she can find the teleport staff, cane, rod, whatever it's called, that would put her in 1st. So we could see full reversal.
We could see a 4th to 1st, although I would probably not expect any place changes. Ooh, straight into the pit. There's still 2 minutes. No. Essentia is the only one who's playing really matters at this point.
Oh, people just mentioned the hidden door in chat. If Essentia reads the chat and sees that and goes through that door, that would... Oh, that would be tragic for Deep Freeze.
Yep. If they share information in Discord and somebody benefits from it, then that is their own fault. They are welcome to talk about the game. But with only a minute and a half left, who knows? Oh my gosh, not much health left.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, it's important to keep shooting whenever enemies show up. Just be shooting.
Always be shooting. First rule of bad platformers.
Oh my gosh. One more hit and Essentia is dead.
One hit, final minute.
And there we go. I'm calling it. That is time.
Okay, so we are going to actually have to check how far Derby Ghost got.
I think we will. Oh, this was so much fun, Wolf.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, everybody is done. I'm gonna go ahead and invite Cat-related Pun to come chat with us. Yeah, so what it looks like is Cat-related Pun takes the victory today. Deep Freeze is in second. And between third and fourth, it's a little unknown. We're definitely going to want to check the VODs. I thought Essentia took the lead, but I'm not completely sure. Yeah, we've got art going on right now. And hello there, Cat-related Pun.
Hey.
Hey, oh, congrats on your victory today. It was pretty clear. You are the winner. You made it. You made it through the door.
That door was a doozy.
Oh, it was.
Like, I'm not kidding. That is what gave you the victory. That door right there.
Deep Freeze made it to the door well before you and could not figure out how to get through it for maybe 5 minutes before they eventually succumbed to the enemies.
I think my last match I lost for similar reasons, so it worked out for me this time, I guess.
I mean, that is Kuso6rande right there.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, what are your thoughts about the game?
I quite like it. The controls are uncomfortable, and after a while, the way that the game moves, it hurts to look at. I've got a bit of a headache right now. But
that is very understandable, yeah. This is 1980s. Nobody really knew how to do a keyboard layout yet. WASD would not be invented for almost another decade. Yeah,
in general, if people do have issues when it comes to fingers and wrists, you know, we definitely do allow people to rebind if that's the case. But it sounds like everybody went with the original layout and everybody hurts.
Yep.
Essentia, thank you for the subscription. I'm sorry your fingers hurt.
Let's just think of it as exercise for your hands.
Yes.
No,
something like that. Yeah. Yeah, here's the deal. You know, I was looking this up. This came out in 1988, and really, side-scrolling platformers did not exist for DOS at that time. You know, Commander Keen came out in 1990, 2 years after this, and really set the standard for what a side-scrolling platformer was. I would say this game has definitely aged poorly, very poorly, but this is something that I want to play personally, because it's so, like, it is so DOS.
It is so DOS.
So DOS.
Yeah.
So when I gave out the controls, I mentioned that caps lock did a thing, but I didn't tell you what that thing was. What do you think it was?
I have no idea.
It is a teleport rod, and that's how you get get across those little platforms that you died at the very end.
Oh. Okay.
So there is another hidden door in that cave. That I think you walked past several times and just didn't enter. Somebody did, it might have been you. And that's where the teleport rod is. And why is caps lock a button? That is not an acceptable button.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still better than Cybergenic Ranger. But that's not really hard. Cybergenic Ranger, you pretty much used every corner of the keyboard to play it. And I'm not joking, like, everywhere. F1... I think delete or home, you use spacebar, you use numpad. Yeah, it's a nightmare. So thank you so much to the people who actually made it so that video games were playable. Thank you to Quake, as well as the Half-Life people for making WASD a standard thing. That really, really helped.
Yes.
I might play through the game again, but if I do, I'm definitely rebinding.
Yeah.
Joy to
nice.
Key would probably make this so much better.
Yeah, feel free to do that. You deserve Joy to Key.
It is Joy to Key and a SNES controller. Should be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
just bind it to a controller. You're good. Yeah.
That works as well.
Well, I'm thinking what. Okay, so it confirms Kate has said that Essentia did pass Derby Ghost to take third. Right at the end, she managed to do that. So Essentia is still in the tournament. Derby Ghost, I'm sorry to say that you're out. You had a good push. It's just that Essentia, on the very last playthrough, the last few minutes, managed to make some progress there. It was getting really exciting. She actually had a push where she could potentially have ended up in second place. But
Curious to find out where everyone ended up, but I'm just gonna have to watch the VOD of that, I guess.
I had a lot of fun this match. Honestly, we had some great conversations.
Yeah, so Deep Freeze finished in that pit with the door, and then both Essentia and Derby Ghost died in that little room right before the second treasure that gives you a life when you get it. The gold.
That room was horrid.
It's such a bad room. People were saying in chat that apparently, so this is the version I played as a kid. But apparently there was like later revisions of the game that make it playable.
Yep.
I don't know.
You got like revision one.
This is literally the version that I had as a kid and played on my old 486 or whatever it was that my dad had.
I love it. Well, yeah, I'm glad that, the guy, this was made by one guy, that the guy who made it, was willing to go back and probably actually listen to criticism and make changes, because there were a good couple decades where people didn't do that. I think that's pretty much it. Cat-related pun, anything you're streaming over at your own channel or anything you're involved with that people should know about?
I'm not really much of a streamer, but I have been meaning to start and looking for a speed game and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be this.
That's fine. You just broke Wolf's heart, but that's fine.
I mean, this game already has a speed run. It's okay.
Oh, neat. I'll have to look at it sometime.
Well, cool. I'm going to go ahead and raid Author Blues then. We have 2 matches tomorrow, so everybody get excited. Author Blues is doing some casual Mario and Luigi partners in time, and by casual I mean he's a Let's Player now apparently, so let's go bother him. Did we have a good raid message? Let's do you, Luigi brother, now, because that's a recent rap lyric. Okay, he'll appreciate it. He's Luigi brother.
Okay.
Okay. See you later, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow for Marcuso. Bye, Cat Related.